The Wicked Landlady, an African folklore story.
Where will we go?
Once in my village, Igwogo, there stood a compound feared by many and avoided by most. It belonged to a woman named Mama Daku, the Wicked Landlady. She was both wicked and arrogant. Some call her Jezebel. Mama Daku owned many huts, yet her heart was empty. She was rich in goats, yams, and cowries, but poor in kindness. Her tenants were widows, travelers, and struggling families who had nowhere else to go. At first, Mama Daku welcomed them with sweet words, but once the moon changed, so did her spirit. She doubled rent without warning. She collected payment before sunrise. She threw out families during the rainy season, and when tenants begged, she laughed and said, "The earth is hard. Why should my heart be soft?" The village elders warned her. The land hears everything. The ancestors are watching. But Mama Daku only scoffed.
Enough, Mama Daku. Your cruelty ends
One
now.
season, a young orphan girl named Zola arrived in the village. She carried nothing but a small calabash and hope in her eyes. With nowhere to sleep, she knelt before Mama Daku. "Please," Zola said softly, "I will work. I will fetch water. Just give me a place to rest." Mama Daku smiled, a thin, dangerous smile. "You can stay, but miss one payment, and you sleep outside with the dogs." Zola agreed. Every day the girl worked tirelessly. She swept the compound, cooked meals, washed clothes, and still paid her rent on time. But Mama Daku was never satisfied. One evening, as thunder rolled across the sky, Mama Daku announced, "From tomorrow, the rent has doubled." Zola froze. "But Mama," she whispered, "I cannot afford that." Mama Daku pointed to the gate. "Then the rain will be your roof." That night, the heavens opened. Rain poured like tears from the sky. As Zola stood outside, shivering, an old woman appeared beside her. Her back was bent, her eyes glowed like fireflies. "Why do you cry, child?" the old woman asked. Zola told her everything. The old woman listened quietly, her wrinkled face unmoving as Zola poured out her sorrows like water from a cracked pot. The rain drummed on the earth around them, but the stranger seemed untouched by the downpour, her simple wrapper dry as bone. "Ah, child, the wicked plant thorns, but they forget the ancestors harvest with sharp sickles. Come with me." Zola, with no other choice, followed the old woman into the shadows of the night. They walked through the village, past the whispering palms and the sleeping huts, until they reached a sacred grove at the edge of Igwogo. There, under a massive baobab tree that had stood since the time of the first rains, the old woman revealed her true form. She was no ordinary elder. Her bent back straightened, her eyes blazed like the sun at midday, and her skin shimmered with the glow of the spirits. She was Anansi's kin, a guardian ancestor sent by the land itself to right the wrongs of the proud. "You have suffered enough, but Mama Daku must learn that wealth without wisdom is like a river without banks. It floods and destroys all." With a wave of her hand, the ancestor summoned the winds. They whispered secrets to the animals of the bush, the birds of the sky, and the roots beneath the soil. That very night, as Mama Daku slept in her grand hut, surrounded by her hoarded treasures, strange things began to happen. First, her goats vanished one by one, led away by invisible hands to the homes of the needy. Her yams in the storehouse sprouted legs and marched out to feed the hungry widows. Her cowries, those shiny shells of wealth, rolled away like pebbles in a stream, scattering into the compounds of her evicted tenants. By morning, Mama Dacoon awoke to an empty yard. Her riches were gone, her hut silent. Panic gripped her like a python's coils. She ran through the village, screaming, "Thieves! Spirits! Who has cursed me?" The villagers gathered, but none offered help. The elders who had warned her before now shook their heads. The land has spoken. You hardened your heart. Now the earth hardens against you. Desperate, Mama Dacoon searched for Zola, hoping to beg or bargain. She found the girl in the sacred grove, safe and warm under the baobab tree, with the old woman, now revealed as the ancestor, by her side. "Forgive me," Mama Dacoon cried, falling to her knees in the mud. "I was blind with greed. Take back your curse." The ancestor smiled, her eyes softening like dawn light. "It is not a curse, but a lesson. The land gives to those who give. Share your huts, ease the burdens of the weak, and your wealth will return tenfold." Mama Dacoon, humbled at last, nodded through her tears. She returned to her compound and opened her doors wide. She lowered the rents, helped the widows rebuild, and welcomed travelers with open arms. Zola, no longer an orphan in spirit, became like a daughter to her, teaching her the ways of kindness. And so the village of Igwogo flourished, Mama Dacoon's heart, once empty, filled with the warmth of community. The people remembered, the earth is hard, but a soft heart turns even stones to fertile soil.